Greetings, IRSD educators. I'm Jeff.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Christina, and we are your IRSD Instructional Technology Specialists.
In this short video, we're going to explain our district's partnership with the International Society for Technology and Education, also known as ISTE.
Before we get to ISTE, we're going to share some background knowledge with all of you around the Tpac Framework. If you're familiar with the Pedagogical Content Knowledge Framework, the Tpac Framework simply includes technology as a third domain.
Pedagogical knowledge helps us answer questions about the art and science of teaching. Questions like, how do I engage students in a responsive manner? When do I use one vocabulary strategy instead of another? Or what should my anchor chart look like? Are able to be answered with pedagogical knowledge.
Content knowledge helps us answer questions around the content which we teach. Questions like, what power standards should I center my teaching around? Or what concept do my students typically struggle with? And how can I sequence my content in a comprehensible manner are all able to be answered with content knowledge.
Finally, technological knowledge helps us answer questions around the technology available to us as educators. Questions like, what is a Pear Deck? How do I make an assignment in Schoology? And how do students log into Seesaw? Are all able to be answered with technological knowledge.
As you can see, these areas all overlap in ways in which we are familiar. Having a deep knowledge of the three domains can help us ensure that we are reaching all students each and every day. Having reintroduced the Tpac Framework as a way we can think about reaching all of our students, let's now shift to look at where we are with regards to how and why we provide the support we do to teachers.
At the start of the pandemic in March of 2020, we faced a mountain of uncertainty. In order to support staff as they ventured into the technology knowledge domain, we created a range of hyperdocs, which provided quick, on-demand resources to staff as they began to build out remote learning opportunities for students.
Last summer, we were back to an uncertain future. Were we going to start the year fully remote, hybrid, concurrent? To ensure that we provided opportunities for staff to continue to deepen that knowledge of educational technology, we first asked staff what tools they view as a priority in learning more about. We then went to the research on how to best create self-paced, fully asynchronous remote learning experiences. The result was a total of 13 fully asynchronous PD modules aimed at deepening our staff's technological knowledge. By the end of the school year, almost 1,300 units had been completed, and we allocated almost 3,000 clock hours of PDMS credit to our staff.
On the screen, you see a word cloud which contains the extended responses for those who completed a PD module. Some of the words associated with these modules, like great, nice, and enjoyed, don't often appear with PD, so we knew that these resources were valuable.
Where we can go. When COVID hit, we decided to adopt an LMS for our K-2 classrooms. We chose Seesaw, and from the teacher survey data collected, we chose the right one for the Indian River School District. This past year's data, as you can see, we have over 460,000 pieces of work submitted by students, over 10,000 activities created by teachers, which are now housed in our Seesaw library, and we had over 16,000 family visits in our Seesaw LMS.
For our students and teachers in grades 3 through 12, Schoology is still our LMS. And you can see the historic data on the screen that shows the total page visits, total page views, and the number of assignments submitted. Last year, we saw an explosion with over 6 million total page visits, 20 million page views, and over 2 million assignments, discussion board posts, and assessments submitted. Seeing the explosion in the use of Seesaw and Schoology, and not to mention the pervasive use of other tech tools like Pear Deck, we recognized a gap in the support that we provide to staff. Let's head back to the Tpac Framework to explain further.
To ensure that we use a common language to plan and implement learning when thinking about pedagogical content knowledge, our district is continuing to provide support opportunities to teachers around the use of learning-focused strategies.
To ensure that we support staff in their deepening of their technological knowledge, staff will continue to have access to our IRSD instructional technology support sites, IRSD instructional technology course and PD modules in Schoology, and our IRSD instructional technology YouTube channel.
We realized that the gap that exists is here, in the support and the resources available to the staff in the area of technological pedagogical knowledge. As a Department of Instruction, we wondered, how can we invest in people and not just more technology? Specifically, what opportunities can we provide to staff which will validate and affirm the time they spent in building their knowledge of instructional technology while also building their ability to implement technology in more intentional ways with students?
After researching and vetting multiple resources to meet this need, from Caitlin Tucker's online courses to offerings from Modern Classrooms Project, we landed on PD resources provided by ISTE. We chose ISTE because they literally wrote the standards on best practices in using technology in the classroom, and they are an educator-focused and run organization. They truly put pedagogy first and tech tools second.
ISTE-U, ISTE's professional learning arm, offers a wide range of learning opportunities for teachers. In reviewing their offerings, we landed on their online teaching bundle, which is a set of 4 self-paced microcourses. It has helped more than 25,000 K-12 educators, and is designed to shift their learning beyond a simple understanding of how tools work to apply research-based principles for effective online and blended learning opportunities.
Here are the first 4 microcourses included in the online teaching bundle. These include creating community in online classrooms, designing online learning experiences, and assessing learning in online environments.
Over 874 IRSD educators are currently enrolled and or completing the Ensuring Equity and Inclusion in Online Learning. As we move throughout the year, we all have access to these courses and resources that are available to us to serve as a reference point and resource to help us meet our learning goals throughout the year and the use of technology with our students.
As Melissa said, these resources are going to be available to us all year long. As we continue to work to support our district's focus of improving our Tier 1 instruction, these resources are simply there for all teachers to use as they see fit.
For example, if a teacher feels the need to go through the remaining 3 microcourses, they're free to do so.
Or if a PLC wants to do a deep dive into a module in assessment in online learning environments, they are free to do so.
Or if a department wants one of us to come in and facilitate a department meeting around how to use the Learner Variability Navigator from the Equity Microcourse to plan a vocabulary strategy for an upcoming LF plan, we're happy to do so.
Having reviewed the Tpac Framework, looking at where we are and where we can go, we hope that this has clarified our vision and how these resources support our district's focus on improving Tier 1 instruction.
Continuing to build and improve upon our use of instructional technology in order to reach all learners and
provide teachers with on-demand access to high-quality professional learning resources and the autonomy to choose what the teachers feel they need in order to improve their teaching practice. Oh, and stay tuned for more information on how your peers work this summer to help make connections between these resources and core teaching skills in an upcoming video.